In a village surrounded by lush forests and winding rivers, there lived a little girl named Zara. Zara was the light of her village, cherished deeply by her parents, who gave her all the love and care the world could offer. Her father, Jabari, was known for his wisdom and strength, and her mother, Nia, for her kindness and grace. Together, they created a home filled with laughter, warmth, and love. However, their happiness was not to last. Nia fell ill, and despite the efforts of the village's best healers, she passed away, leaving two gaping voids in the hearts of Jabari and Zara. Jabari was left to raise Zara on his own, a task he approached with all the love he had for both his daughter and his late wife. Zara, seeing the deep sorrow in her father's eyes, made it her mission to bring joy back into his life. She would dance and sing, tell stories, and paint beautiful pictures, all in an effort to see a glimpse of happiness in her father's eyes. Jabari, though grateful for his daughter's efforts, remained shadowed by his loss, his heart seemingly beyond repair. Jabari was not only respected for his wisdom, but also admired for his striking looks and success. After Nia's passing, many women in the village sought his attention, hoping to fill the void left by his wife. However, Jabari's heart remained closed, his focus solely on raising Zara and honoring Nia's memory. One day, Zara suggested that perhaps finding a new companion could ease his loneliness. Jabari, touched by his daughter's concern, responded that he would only consider remarrying if he knew the woman would love Zara as her own, a standard he believed no one could meet. Unbeknownst to them, a woman from the village, Samira, driven by her desire for Jabari's wealth and status, overheard their conversation. She saw an opportunity and began to weave a deceitful plan. When in Jabari's presence, she showered Zara with affection and gifts, pretending to love her as her own. But behind his back, she treated Zara with disdain, revealing her true intentions. Zara found herself alone with Samira in the courtyard of their home. Samira approached Zara under the pretense of spending quality time together.
Zara, dear, why don't you help me with these chores?
Samira said, her voice dripping with feigned sweetness.
After all, we must learn to work together if we are to be a family.
Zara, ever eager to please and longing for her father's happiness, nodded and moved to assist. However, as they began, Samira's true nature surfaced.
No, you're doing it all wrong.
Samira snapped, her patience thinning.
Can't you do anything right? Your mother must have spoiled you rotten, letting you believe you're some princess.
Zara, taken aback by the harshness in Samira's voice, lowered her head, fighting back the tears that threatened to spill.
I'm sorry, I'll try to do better,
she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. Samira scoffed, rolling her eyes.
Trying isn't good enough. You need to be useful. I wonder how your father manages with such a lazy daughter.
As Zara struggled to adjust her efforts, Samira continued her barrage of criticisms, each word a dagger to Zara's heart. The girl worked silently, her spirit dimming under the weight of the woman's cruel words. Unbeknownst to both, the maid observed from a distance, her heart heavy with sorrow for Zara. She had seen enough and knew it was time to share what she had witnessed with Jabari, ensuring he knew the true character of the woman who sought to enter their lives. Zara, desperate to see her father happy, kept silent about Samira's cruelty, hoping her father's sadness would fade with her presence. However, Jabari, ever vigilant, sensed something amiss. He tasked a trusted maid to observe them, and soon the truth of Samira's behavior came to light. Upon his return from a trip, Jabari confronted Samira, ending their association due to her mistreatment of Zara. Enraged and blaming Zara for her misfortune, Samira sought revenge through a malicious plan. She acquired a potion from a herbalist, intending to silence Zara forever. Samira presented Zara with a meal laced with the potion, claiming it was a gesture of love. But fate intervened. The meal was inadvertently consumed by Samira herself, resulting in her losing her voice, the very outcome she had intended for Zara. When she confronted Zara, unable to speak, her nefarious intentions were revealed through written accusations. But before she could harm Zara, Jabari intervened, having been forewarned and prepared to protect his daughter. He revealed the truth of the swapped meals, turning Samira's plot against her. Jabari confronted Samira with a serene yet firm demeanor, his voice steady and clear.
I have always believed in the goodness of people, and I have tried to see the best in you, despite the whispers and warnings. But what you attempted to do to my daughter reveals the true emptiness of your heart. In your desire to harm my daughter, you prepared a meal poisoned with ill intent. But the universe has a way of reflecting our deeds back onto us.
He then turned slightly, gesturing towards a figure emerging from behind the house, carrying a beautifully decorated calabash. It was the same maid who had been vigilant over Zara, now holding the very meal Samira had intended for Jabari's daughter. The maid placed the calabash at Jabari's feet, who then addressed Samira directly.
In your eagerness to deceive, you overlooked the bond of trust and loyalty that surrounds my daughter and me. This meal is the same one you poisoned. Yet, unaware of your own plot, you consumed it, believing it to be a gift from me.
A murmur rippled through the crowd that had quietly gathered in front of Jabari's house. Samira, her face now pale with the realization of her fate, looked around, finding no sympathy in the eyes of the villagers who had once been her neighbors. Jabari continued,
I sent this gift back to you, not out of vengeance, but as a lesson. A lesson that love and protection are the strongest forces we have against malice and hatred. My daughter remains unharmed, protected by the very love you sought to undermine, and you have been ensnared by the web of your own deceit.
With that, Jabari and Zara turned and went back into the house. Samira was taken away by the authorities, her pleas for mercy unheeded, as she had shown none to Zara. She was exiled to a distant kingdom, her fate a stark reminder of the consequences of deceit and malice. In the wake of Samira's departure, the village was abuzz with the tale of the father's wisdom and the cunning plot that protected his daughter. The story spread far and wide, becoming a lesson in the importance of true intentions and the bonds of family. Amidst this, the father and daughter found solace in each other, their bond deepening through the trials they had faced together. As days turned into months, the father realized that the love and happiness he sought were already present in the laughter and love of his daughter. He saw in her the spirit of her mother, and in that realization, he found his peace. The emptiness left by his wife's passing began to fill with memories of joy and moments of new happiness shared with his daughter. One day, the father sat with his daughter under the ancient baobab tree that stood at the heart of their village. He told her,
My child, you have shown me that the greatest wealth a man can have is not found in riches or the adoration of many, but in the love and trust of one's family. You are my greatest treasure.
In that moment, the daughter realized the impact of her love and resilience. She had not only healed her father's heart, but had also safeguarded their family's legacy. Together, they decided to open their home to children in the village who were less fortunate, sharing the abundant love and warmth that had seen them through their darkest times. Years passed, and the father and daughter were revered in the village not only for their wisdom and courage, but also for their generosity and kindness. The baobab tree, under which they had shared many of life's lessons, became a symbol of resilience, love, and the enduring strength of family. And so, their story became a cherished folktale, passed down through generations, teaching the values of love, wisdom, and the importance of protecting those dear to us with integrity and kindness. The tale of the loving father and his brave daughter echoed in the hearts of all who heard it, a timeless reminder of the power of unconditional love. The moral of this story is twofold. Firstly, it teaches the importance of integrity and genuine love in building and nurturing relationships. True love and care cannot be feigned or replaced by material wealth or superficial gestures. Secondly, the story highlights the value of wisdom and vigilance in protecting one's family from harm. It reminds us that deceit and malice, even when hidden behind a facade of kindness, eventually lead to one's downfall. In essence, the tale encourages us to cherish and uphold the virtues of honesty, love, and protective care, for they are the foundations upon which lasting and fulfilling relationships are built. Please subscribe, like, and share this story with your loved ones. Thank you for all your support.